Welcome back, everybody. It is the first day of summer, and the weather isn't the only thing that's heating up. Welcome back to Entry Point Esports, where you're joining us for the first of our preseason matches that we got going on. So, if you missed what's been going on, we've had the players all playing against each other, making a sort of ELO ranking, and then we did the draft last week. So, these are all the players drafted together, our first matches that we're going to have with these new teams. My name is Cal. Joining me is Bible Klinger. Bible, how are you doing this evening, buddy?
Doing great. We got another night of Counter-Strike, and this time we have progressed beyond the pre-games where everyone is just, playing with randoms and trying to show what they can do for the placements. But now we're in the preseason where, at the very least, these players now are going to have a sense of how to play with a team.
Yeah, and we have talked a couple times in streams leading up till now for those games, how you kind of have to approach the game differently. You're playing with a different mindset, maybe, I don't know, being a little bit more maybe quote unquote baity or things like that to try and give yourself a little bit better of a standing for the people acting as our GMs and AGMs. So I am very curious going in. I think we've got on schedule tonight some global games. Going to be pretty good, I hope, seeing a lot of these players on these teams. Bible, what are you going to be looking forward to tonight? What are you keeping an eye on this early in the season here?
Well, it's still early enough that you still might have some teams that just want to approach it a little bit more like a pug, run out there, try to show off what good aim they have, and then just trade together. That's perfectly fine. But I'm going to be looking for which teams are starting out with some really good setups, maybe some good T side executes, or some, CT side aggression that's very, very well coordinated. I want to see which teams have the leg up on the others by already working on their team tactics.
Yeah, because you wouldn't expect him to do too much scouting probably early now, right? Not too much demo review, not going to have a lot of those things. So the solid kind of tactics that you can rely on in any scenario probably going to pay dividends. And we are getting into the game now. This is going to be Ordnance Overlords taking on Legatis, round number one. Ordnance Overlords starting on defense here on Ancient. Pretty friendly map for that hard and fast kind of play. Knife round. Everybody playing a little back now, but the blood is in the water. Some early trades coming in. Ooh, and they're actually an equalization, and it is going to be the one-on-one. Wooden versus SBF, the final two standing here for a duel in mid. Oh, nice. It is fitting that the Legatis would win that, although it's not the Ides of March quite yet. Well, I think you're going to get your hope for your CT aggression Bible. Pretty notoriously aggressive map here on Ancient. A lot of mid control that can come out here. Do you expect to see those utility dumps that we're so used to seeing at the pro level?
Oh, absolutely. I think mid is going to be a bloodbath of a zone right there. Everybody's going to be fighting for it. Obviously, when you get to a high enough level, you can kind of use that, knowing that the team will be pushing mid, so you push somewhere else and try to take a site fast. So the mind games will definitely be here as well.
Well, we can only hope so, but it's going to be some fast action up here to B. Toxic making his way on site. To be looking for the duel shooting through the wall, but it's Garchamp, excuse me, who finds the opener. Jazo follows it up, and it's now down to the 3v5. Bomb does go down, even though the knife comes in for Bob's boosted. And it's Toxic, the last one remaining, and actually almost a clean sweep here, and a clean sweep indeed, excuse me, for the defense. Not losing a single man, and they opted for a lot of armor and a defuse kit. So very nice for them to stay alive, all five of them.
Yeah, I actually think that stab right there, that was amazing. You get a bunch of money for that. You get $1,000, I believe, for the knife kill. The only downside is that you've given Ordnance Overlords a chance if they want you to rebuy. But looking at this, I think they don't want to do that. They didn't get enough kills, and I think they're expecting the CTs to be rather heavily armored and defended right now. We got some M4s already on the board here.
Yeah, nice buy from them. And the two MP9s too. Nice utility to follow it up, and here comes some of that aggression we were talking about. Bible and Wooden coming in with the 3K on that silence. M4 Jazo has his back to MP9 as well, and it is going to be all of the pistols going down again without losing a man. An eco round, but still nice from Wooden, who does pick up the triple kill there. Mid secured on to round number 3.
I'm always a fan of finishing these rounds. If you win the pistol round, but you let the bomb plane go through, you have to be very careful about messing it up. It really does a number on your economy, especially when you buy 3 M4s. But they did a perfect job here. Well done to them.
Early signs for Legatti's. See what Ordnance Overlords have for us. The first gun round's going to be AKs across the board. Fast action up by Jaybird is going to see and gets a lot of information. Toxic manages to find one from the smoke as Jaybird is still here. It's just a hail of bullets both ways. Down into the 3-on-3. Maybe going the way of the defense a little bit. It is going to be a lot of map control for them. This Garchomp here trying to reclaim some territory. He's going to see with his knife out. He doesn't actually. Oh no! SBF going to find that. And yes, as Obo is calling out, it's the old 4-3, the curse. Square vision. Bob is going to make some contact play here on SBF. Both the CTs over here by B site, Ramp and Jaguar under their control. Nice flash coming out. Oh! But Blizzy is going to be found with his grenade out. And Danny goes down as well. SBF, nice trade there. And it's going to be Jaybird versus SBF. SBF is multi-kills on each side. Hail of bullets through the bangables on this site. Cutting noise. If you're Jaybird here, what do you want to do? Are you going to stay here with the smoke up? Committing to this position. If so, does see the arc of the grenade. Oh, can't quite get the kills. The wide swing from SBF comes through. 4 kills on the round, and Ordnance Overlords is on the board.
That's a really important round to get on your first rifle round. You really don't want to lose that. And even now, you can see they're going to be struggling to buy a full. Yeah, I mean, look at that. Galil on Bachu. And we got a Tech 9 on one. Yeah, it's not the best buy. And I actually think the CTs have a better buy, at least as far as the rifles go.
Shows you those first 2 rounds how strong they were, right? Back to back, 0-5s all alive for the defense.
Oh, they're going A.
In spades, and then look at this pace coming through. It's down to Jaybird, who's blind though. So many bullets coming out from Toxic. He is going to be able to finally pick that up. Jazo trying to move in through Donut. Rest of the team going to move back through CT spawn. 2 players posted up in Donut. Excuse me, Wooden's here as well. Now Bob making up. This is a good angle for him with this MP9 and boosted with Garchomp as well. Gonna have to wait out this smoke though, buying them time on Donut side. One Brokey, gonna play around it. Nice angles, can't quite isolate the duels without just exposing yourself to so many people. Oh, but look at this, the CT's coming in. Oh, and the pincer movement. That was about 2 seconds, everything was over.
I did not expect that. I thought the T's had a really good defensive position there. They had 3 people just putting a hail of bullets down range there. And it just, yeah, like you said, it just fell apart suddenly. Really impressed, though, with Legatti's defensive abilities here. They're very aggressive. You know, it's a shame for Jaybird that he got hit with that flash. If he did not get blinded, he would have had so many kills there. It would have been much worse. I'm not even sure they would have gotten the bomb plant.
Yeah, very strong position, Brokey, but great util to force him off. Now into round number 5. 3-1 so far for the defense. Everything can turn around, though. A whole lot of bank except for on Jazo, but it's the flashes coming through, and Jazo's going to get 1 blind. Wooden up here. Highway giving him support. Tech 9 does come out, and Legatti's another 5 alive round. Setting himself up nicely here for the next couple rounds. I mean, I know that was more or less an eco, but still not what you want to see if you're Ordnance Overlords.
Now, they're playing mid very well on the defensive strategy. This is exactly the kind of play you want to see. It's very interesting because I don't know of many maps that are like this, where the CTs are supposed to just run at you, throw themselves in an area where they can hold. And you have some places like Banana on Inferno, but it's not quite the same because the terrorists can go somewhere else. Here, you can go somewhere else, but the mid push from the CTs lets them rotate anywhere they want to go.
Yeah, it's a classic conundrum, and it feels like the time to fight on Ancient is so quick with that mid-action. So it becomes such a highly contested area because it leads everywhere else. The CT's now creeping up, cutting all noise. It's going to be the double swing. Nice trade from Jaybird as SBF picks up Wooden. Jazo does manage to find Boston, though. Garchomp spots one cave. Fall back a little bit. Probably the right move. He's looking maybe like a finish towards B if they can get there. It's rough. Toxic falling back and hoping for the info play, but Jaybird's reading this right. Opting to stay on his bomb site. Might get caught off here from Danny, though, who has cut noise and found a nice timing. He's going to see this Roki player probably here in a minute. Oh, but Garchomp is going to find Toxic in mid. Danny does see, okay.
Knife, right?
Yeah, you need the money, right? Oh, not going to chance it, actually. The bomb is so far away. And it's interesting that they're actually bringing the bomb to the side. Oh, Danny with the moving headshot. Okay, all right. Can he find more? One player coming up, Donut. He trying to isolate, gonna get caught with the bomb out. With the grenade out, excuse me. Noble attempt there. Kind of surprised to see the call to bring the bomb to B.
I think they didn't expect the rotate to come in that soon because it's before Danny got the kill that the CT started rotating one over to A because they realized they had seen no activity. They were 3 heavy on A, nobody mid, and they started to think, you know, if nothing's happening, we got to spread out more. And Danny just wasn't aware that they made that call.
And a bit unfair. Toxic didn't go down in that 3v3. Probably caught a little bit unaware, I think, but we got some fast action again in this round. It's going to be Garchomp holding up in cave. And just to buy himself some time. It's Toxic on the other side. Oh, and comes in. Can't quite get the kill. Nice from Jazo. Holding back closer to sight is going to come in with that assist for his teammate. Wooden finds the fight mid. This fight's just not going Ordnance Overlord's way. Can't find anything on the map, but Jaybird's going to... Oof. Does get the dink and gets firebombed out a little bit, but does okay. Smoke going to come in. Move Danny back off this angle, but 5 alive again for Legati. And you don't really expect, you know, these eco rounds to be wins, but you're looking for kills at least and just can't find them. Wooden's going to boost on sign and then fall off. Another dink, but just can't find the actual kill. A space taken. Makes more contact again. Back behind triple box. Ah, man, nice jiggling though from Wooden. Just getting those shots out. You know, the Deagle has that crazy recoil, so find the time. Can Blizzy find one? Can't quite get another 5 alive, Bible. This is looking kind of rough, sir.
Yeah, I think this is probably the worst position you want to feel like you're in on T side because it's not just that you're fighting rounds and they're close and you kind of, you know, it's within reach and you know if we just tweak a little bit of thing it'll work. It's that you're getting shut down everywhere. You're getting shut down in mid, you're getting shut down in A, you're getting shut down. I don't even know if they really pushed B that hard, but in the cave area for certain they got shut down. And there's no real clear way to fix it.
Well, you can try to go even faster, and Toxic's gonna do just
there
that.
We go.
And says, hey, I got some life in me still. That's what we needed to see. Very nice. Look who he takes out. One of the scary people on the CT side right now, Garchomp, 9 and 2. He needs to find this timing, maybe. They need this so bad. Oh no, and the cave player's gonna go down. Wooden and Jaybird managed to equalize. Still some nice utility though on Ordnance Overlord's side. Might find it. You know, this player just kind of sitting in the open. Jaybird gonna be able to pick him off. Nice angle from Blizzy. It does come down to the one-on-one. It's gonna be Wooden going for the defuse. Look at the balls on this one. Just goes for it. Calls the bluff. No utility for Blizzy. Oh, that's a heartbreaker of a round to lose right there.
Yeah, I don't know how it got away from them. It's just one of those things that just when you think they've got it, something happens and they just fall apart. But this is what preseason's for. You know, you put players together, they get on the team, and it's sometimes you end up with really good players that just they are struggling to play with the teammates and their style.
And it's
Toxic
early
again.
enough days. Sorry, yes, Toxic
No,
again.
With the entry, like he's a good player.
Yeah, and he's turning it up in these later rounds as well. Nice. Bachu finds one as well. Gonna be the first one on the board for him, but they line up in wood and manages to find 3 from Donut. And again, Bible has happened where they have the pole position and they lose it. They're just falling to the player, one player in Donut, and everything falls apart. Nice hold there in Donut. Especially given the circumstances. Like you're here and your teammates just got picked off, and the goal to get the 2 in a row and then go for the 3rd.
It's just so frustrating there because they just happen to land the first 2, and then Batu tries to go for the trade, and he's just not fast enough, and he has to peek into the angle where the CT is exactly watching. So it's just unfortunate. This is the kind of thing, though, that they are closer than it seems on some of these latter rounds.
Yeah, it has looked a lot better after those first rounds to set up the economy, but it's going to be some early aggression from the CTs again. Look at this map position. Nobody towards A. Everybody converging like bees around this B site over here, and it's Garchomp picking up 2 more. There's 3 more on that round, excuse me. And my goodness, I mean, we got a triumvirate of players here on Legati, right? Wooden, Garchomp, Jazo. They joined the right team.
They're doing a fantastic job, and even Jaybird, he's got his moments there, but he's trying to solo A, and everybody knows when you play this game and you have to solo the site that is not the one the terrorists want to hit, your stats can look really atrocious. But he's been doing a really good job holding that A bomb site and making it really annoying to come fight him.
Yes, very good positioning around Box, around Brokey, trying not to go down before too much time has elapsed. Got the T's maybe pushing in towards mid. Another smoke comes down. They're going to try to just push it. And it's Bachu going down. No supporting flash or anything there. The T's do have a few. 2 on Blizzy. 1 smoke. They're going to rotate over to this A side. It's been a couple rounds, I think, since they went for the finish on A. Jazo still pushed up by Z, is going to get taken out. And it's Toxic again. Signs of life. What else can they get done? Ordnance Overlords needs to find this kill on the player in red. It's going to be Highway player. Toxic gets another one. Can't quite get the player in red, though. Bomb is sitting out here. Nice headshot from Garchomp. And again, trying to find some leverage, trying to find some room to claw back in these rounds, and finding some sometimes, but slipping away all the same. And it's all on Blizzy, who does have the bomb. This is just here outside A main. An inch forward. No contact yet. 1 player back in sight. Really find him. Nice corner clear. No noise yet, but oh my, look, just as he goes to, yep. Check Donut. Nice angle there from Garchomp. Another 2 on the round for Garchomp. 14 and 3. Last round of the half.
This is definitely a one-sided stomp here. Obviously, there's a chance that when halftime occurs and we swap sides, maybe Ordnance Overlords will be able to pull it back. It's always possible. It does not look as good, though, the more rounds you lose on the first half, obviously, because you have less room for error.
And it's going to be tough. Wooden picking out the off for the last round of the half here. Nice little flash there. Bomb's going to flash himself in. Gets 1. Assists on Garchomp on the second one. Gets the reload off. Finds another one. And they just get bottlenecked here. Try to go with the pace, but just gets shut down.
That flash at the beginning was so good. Terrors came right up there with no vision.
It's so frustrating when you're trying to push through smokes. You can't even see the flash and it goes off. And yeah, I mean, for Ordnance Overlords, this is what the rest of the round is probably looking like, hoping that some player pushes and makes a mistake. But I mean, something here potentially. Garchomp is going to push down past Cave. Does see the player, though. Picks up Danny, who's looking more towards doors and ramp. And Garchomp sees the last one, gets the headshot. Another multi-kill round from Garchomp. And what a disgusting half from him. 17 and 3.
It might just be that that Ordnance Overlords needs to permaban agent going forward. It's possible that it's just, you know, and that's the other thing. In preseason, you might want to, you know, negotiate your way down to a map just to try it out. Ancient's very popular, right? And they might try and be like, you know, guys, this isn't for us.
Well, it's so early in the season, you don't know, and this might also be that this is an incredibly strong map for Legati. And we're talking about a map that is ancient with a team that is themed after the Romans. So you would think they would be good on it. Wooden gonna find the headshot on SBF, gets the opener. Danny finds the return, though. Nice shots from Danny, who does find a second. Toxic picks another one up. Shining light on his team so far. One player, Donut does go down. Wooden's gonna find it. Toxic, the second one picked up, and it looks like they might be able to pick it up. Bible, signs of life still. Ordnance Overlords with the second round of the game here. Toxic getting the double kill. Just finding one.
I was so nervous watching Danny try to go for those headshots. It sounds weird to say because you'd think it's pretty easy when a guy puts his back to you and doesn't see you. It is, for some reason, USPS shooting someone in the back of the head is one of the hardest things you can do in Counter-Strike. I've yet to figure out why. I don't know if it's because the terrorists just, have that crooked back and they hunch over or something. But he struggled at first, and then he picked it up, got two clean, almost got a third. So that's good.
They're strong siding, like they're playing Halo for some reason. A fast action up by B, though. Lizzie gonna find one, only one, but at least gets the one. Mag 7 for Lock. Two gonna stop the bomb plan. Oh, with the aim punch, knocks him off, and he can't even stop it. The Toxic and SBF find answers back. Spam through. Danny goes down into a 2-on-2 that really probably shouldn't have been. And oh no, the Mag 10 finds the kills. Another round that's close. Oh, you're gonna be beating yourself up if you're Ordnance Overlords on that one.
There is no save anymore now. You have to buy every single round because it's match point.
Yes.
Yeah, like that. Once you're locked out of the site, you got Mac 10s. They can run, spray, and dance and jump. It's difficult.
Yeah, I mean, they can just play like they're having fun, right? They don't need to play super serious. If they catch you off, catch you flat-footed by doing something silly, all the better for them. They got 10 rounds to do it in.
That's typically what happens because you try really hard when you're down that much. You try to play fundamentals and to play like, I'm going to get fast to this corner and I'm going to play very smart. I'm going to do all the bare basics. And you get the other team who can suddenly now play very wacky, unorthodox, out of character. They can rush through a main if they want. And they might throw around here or there, but by doing very unpredictable things, you're forcing a team that's already lost and confused to now have to adapt to randomness. And it can be very difficult to do that.
Always, it's like when an expert plays a beginner, you don't know what the beginner's going to do. They have a better shot than you would think. Jaybird finds the opening on the site. Danny's going to trade him out. Trades come in. Not quite equal, but oh, nice shot from Bob. And somehow, again, they had the man advantage. They had the opening again from Toxic playing over on that B side. But unfortunately, they lose the man advantage. And it's just Blizzy left for his team in this game. Just the MP9. Does have some armor, does have all his health, but oh man. Molotov comes out, man, just to maybe make it out alive, but take some damage doing it. Let the players know where he is. Gonna eat the flash. The bomb's going down. Gotta be impossible, right? Tries to go through CT lane. Does get one. Blizzy, will he be looking at the spot? Can't quite get it. The Mac 10 closes it out. Bob with the triple kill in the last round. 13-2. This preseason game goes to Legati's. A lot of really good things we can say about a number of players on their team, Bible.
Yeah, I mean, Legati's definitely showed up big time. They definitely showed that they are deserving of being in the global tier. Those guys played very fast, very hard. They made it look easy, and it is not easy to play against a team like Ordnance Overlords. Like, I recognize, I think at least 4 of the names on Ordnance Overlords. These guys are actually very decent players. They've all had their moments last season or before, whenever we've seen them play, and it really goes to just talk about how good the Legati's team is starting out, and they're going to have to see if they can maintain this. They have to be able to do the same thing on other maps against other teams. If they can, then they're definitely in the contention for #1 early on in analysis.
Yeah, that's what I'll be looking for as well. Specifically, some of those like longer maps, like we talk about Ancient being fast to contact, maybe a little bit smaller and more compact than something like Overpass, right? Something very long and drawn out. So definitely a good showing from Legati's there. Some signs of life from Ordnance Overlords, some things that they can, maybe take back with them. A couple people looking at the same angle sometimes, things like that. But early days, you're probably getting used to communicating and things like that. So yeah, good game all around. So we are going to move into a giveaway really quickly. We'll be giving away 2 skins here, and this is going to be always like a good print stream. Very striking skin. Congratulations to everybody who won. And again, that was for the top 20% of people who played placement matches. I think it's top 20% of amount played. So not specific to a division, not specific to a skill level, just specific to the people who love the game. And that's who we want to reward, Bible.
Yeah, people always ask sometimes about different things like, is it really worth playing more games, especially something like placements, right? Because it's like if I play the bare minimum, you got your data. Well, a little bit of incentive right there, perhaps.
Absolutely. As if the games and our lovely casting weren't incentive enough. But hey, I understand sometimes.
Absolutely.
There's no accounting for taste, as they say. And speaking of, shout out to our production for this evening. It is going to be Obo doing the stream on the replays, on the scene transitions. Always looking for talent to come and join us, do maybe some analyst desks, do some other streams. That type of thing sounds interesting to you. You can head to our website, entrypointesports.com. Come and hang out on the Discord, get to know us, and come run some streams with us. Come do some stats, maybe do some writing, whatever you want. Play a place for you here.
We also should point out here, I really appreciate, I've been pushing for a long time, and it's kind of annoying when the caster's pushing the production team for something. So I appreciate, I want to thank Obo for this, but he and Clipsy were looking into how to get those replays for us. So the replays that we've got going on, the instant replays, Obo's running that in the background as well. And so a big shout out to him for looking into that, adding more to his already full plate.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, multiple days per week. And you have to imagine, I think we talked about it with Obo, like in the real world, obviously, there would be somebody else doing replays and cultivating that. And somehow Obo is observing and doing the production and doing replays, which is more than I can say for myself. I can barely do the casting, Bible, but I'm not as talented as Obo. What can you do?
Yeah, same. I'm glad I don't have to push too many buttons. We just watch the game, take it all in, and just let our thoughts go out.
Exactly. Make excited noises at hopefully the right times. Well,
Counter-Strike's pretty good that way. It's pretty easy to tell where the action is, right?
That's right. That's right. We'll be getting into game number 2 here in a little bit. I think we're going to go ahead and throw it to a break for a couple minutes here, but keep your ass in the seat. Well, maybe not. Maybe he'll go hit the head, maybe get some snacks, but come back here in a few minutes. You're not going to want to miss another game here at the EPE. See you when we get back. All right, welcome back, everybody. I hope you kept butt in chair. I didn't, as Bible pointed out. I was immediately a hypocrite, but we're back nonetheless. We are going to be moving into Inferno for Game 2. Knife round is underway. And if you missed the first game, boy, you missed, well, you missed a bit of a blowout, unfortunately. It was Legati who picked that one up on Ancient 13-2. The signs of life from Toxic, who was getting some nice entries for Ordnance Overlords. And it does look like they did a little bit of subbing. I say a little bit, but we've got Chivalry and Cancel coming in for Ordnance Overlords, opting to make some switches for map number 2, whether that's based on players just not feeling like
Cheebs
they're
as well
tonight. Yeah, Cheebs, excuse me, thank you, Bible. So 3 people who are actually joining in on this Inferno game. I think it makes sense when you see Toxic and Danny kind of staying in here. It seemed like they were probably the ones who had the hottest hands on their team last game. See if they can make something happen here. Chivalry going to pull out the R8 for round number 1. You'll love to see it. I'll watch it. Fast action up. Sorry, go ahead, Bible.
No, I love the RA, but I don't know if I'd do it on round 1.
Yeah, a lot of power. A lot of things to punch through. Oh, Guard's not going to find the headshot with the USP coming out of apartments, but Cancel going to find the headshot in mid to equalize. Jaybird playing far up is going to see that there's not a lot of information to be gathered from mid. Chivalry going to find an R8 through the smoke, and now it's only Jazo back here in dark. Does get aim punched, and it is going to go down. Cheebs finds that one, jumping around Coffin, forcing Wooden back, but Wooden gets one on the way out too. Not a bad find for him. Down to the 2-on-1, Chivalry and Danny versus Jaybird, who is making his way through Chapel. No sound as of yet. Goes for the swing. Doesn't see him yet. The back turn. This might be what you want to see. Does find the first headshot. Almost gets the second. Can they find Danny to jiggle this fight? Oh, and Danny does go down. It is going to be Jaybird picking it up, and Legati picking up another round in another clutch scenario where Ordnance Overlords was in the driving seat. A little bit worrying signs. Don't want to see a repeat of map number 1. But nice finds here from Jaybird in the 2v1.
Yeah, I don't know what you say to that. It's not a good sign. Ordnance Overlords really, if they could have at least, I mean, I know it's not terrible, but I mean, at least from a psychological aspect, like you don't want to start off losing the pistol and already feel like you gotta, step it up extra hard here. You really would have liked to have won a pistol round that felt like it was already in the bag.
Definitely. That was, I think, a really good round that they could have won. But at least it wasn't like last game. Last game, 0-5. Didn't have a opportunity to build off of. And Chivalry's going to have the Galil. And Toxic's going to find a headshot on Garchomp with his Galil. Wooden finds the trade on Cheebs up in apartments. Falls back. He's making his way more in the sight, or try to, but Cancel's going to find him. Picks up the rifle. Gets the kill with the Mag 10, but ditches it. Now Jaybird holding back here. Gonna be able to pick one up. That the MP9 gets the headshot. Nice spray from him. Gets the second one as well. Jaybird consistently anchoring. Very nice tonight. And Bomb's gonna find the kill as well. And now Danny in the 1-on-2. Yet another time where approaching these bomb sites, Ordnance Overlords getting caught in crossfires and just not quite getting it over the line.
Got enough time to play around with it. If they don't know if he left. Oh, no.
It's going to be Jazo who goes for the information, just finds the headshot. That's going to be 2 rounds Legatis. And at least we are seeing everybody on the board for Ordnance Overlords. It was a little bit of a lag last time. A couple players not being able to find any kills at all until very late in the game. So Ordnance Overlords going into this one with an eco, but better signs of life than last game. Let's see if they can get something done here in round number 3. Players with some deagles, a Tech 9 on cancel. Early banana play. Bob coming in with the A4. And Bob and Jazo as a team managed to pick up 3. Chivalry does respond and get Bob with the deagle. Ooh, that's an interesting little grenade there.
I like that smoke.
That's cool. Love seeing little custom util like that. Lucky. I don't know. I choose to believe that Jazo is the next genius, Counter-Strike genius. Chivalry gonna go for the swing. The information gets blinded out. Jazo goes for the play behind Car and just gets the kill. Pushing up aggro, and a cancel goes down. Nice play on that banana side by the Legatis on that one, and they are up 3-0 going into a gun round.
Legati's got to be feeling good about this. Doesn't matter who you put on the other side. We're ready for him.
Yeah, I mean, that's true.
Yeah, it's I know I wouldn't count out this roster though. I know again the names are very recognizable on Ordnance Overlords. They should be able to make something of this game.
Yeah, I still believe, right? Just a little bit unfortunate. The narrative so far tonight, unfortunately, has been just a bit of a blowout. We'll see if Toxic can get something done. Cancel going to join him up here in apartments, making his way downstairs. Is he going to peek out here? Toxic going for the cross smoke. CT Molly up here near Bauk. Smoke coming out late from Wooden. Gets peeked by Chivalry. Nice headshot from Chivalry to find the opener. Still 2 players on this B side. Cheeb's going to find one, does get traded out, but hopefully opens up the site a little bit more. Terrace trying to find their way into the bomb site. Oh, but Garchomp's going to find 3! The flash doesn't quite hit him. And everybody coming in via short just gets mowed down by the Galil. Garchomp going for the last player here, which is Danny with this off, but does go down. Great round from Garchomp. Unbelievable. That's an ace in the round.
1, 2, 3, 4. Just racking them up here, making it look easy.
Well, Garchomp was on fire last map. Turning into the star rifler of our tonight. That's got to be so frustrating if your Ordnance Overlords not around yet, and several rounds where you had a chance. Cool CT Mollies still coming up banana. It's gonna be Toxic playing up by mid. Does jump up into 2 apartments. Jaybird's already pushed up past Bauk though. Has some info on apps. Does see one player. Gonna opt for the smoke. Garchomp with a nice position though. Lots of supporting information here to play with, but does get peeked by Toxic. Traded out by Wooden. Nice shot from him. Falls back into the site. And look at this team play. Jaybird coming up off bout to pick up the straggler support. Very nice team play on this A bomb site. Is going to be Jaybird playing back up in Bauk still. And he's picked up the bomb and is moving down Banana. There's some control here for the T's. Jaybird's far up in C's. There's not a whole lot going on. Two terrorists. Jazo in the boost. Love this as a spot with the A4 too. So rough if you're the terrorists here. Contact play. First one spotted. Coming in with your back turn. So hard on this beef bomb site. Let's drop the smoke to the boost position. Maze for himself. Jazo only gets one and goes down. Cancel gonna find one. Chivalry gonna find one. It's all on Chivalry here, who does have the AK. CT's coming in, pincer style. The rifle is coming up Banana. The AWP is coming from CT. Where he looks for the first. Spots one. Can't quite pick it up, though. Nice attempt from Chivalry. Nice attempt again from Ordnance Overlords, who get the bomb plant in a round that was looking pretty rough. But still can't get it over the line.
Just that CT-sided power when you've got the aim, you've got the defensive capabilities, you got teammates that can trade. I mean, like, what more could you ask for in this Legati side?
And it's just winning, like, again, kind of similar to what we were talking about with Ancient. So far, this has been fairly even across the map. Like, they're not looking weak anywhere. They're bringing out utility, things in Banana, things in Apartments, obviously dropping things in mid. Legati's just looking pretty strong all around. For this being a preseason game, I'm pretty impressed.
I already think they're possibly contender for #1.
You heard it here first, folks. Somebody write that down so the Bible has to be right or he will rue it. We'll keep track. We'll remember. We'll revisit. Nice deep nade. Yeah, very nice. But so many CTs here, not expecting the double peek. Oh man, if you're Danny, you're so frustrated there. Chivalry peeks and then goes back behind cover, and you try to come out and get double swung. Painful. Nice pickup from Wood. It has been fairly consistent on this angle. Cheebs does manage to find the trade. Toxic finds one as well. Trying to make something from nothing, and Cheebs is doing it so far. Down into the 2-on-2, and really no business for Legati to be in this 2-on-2 after he had the 5v2. And Cheebs gonna find another one. Great from Cheebs, stepping up in this round. Taking so much space and getting a lot of nice shots here. Gonna be Bob in the 1-on-2 coming from CT. A4, 2 mags. Ooh, does triple for free? No! Not again, Bible, not again! I can't take another one. Oh, and Toxic is gonna be the one who's able to get them over the line. Nice round from him and Cheebs there, who do it all by themselves.
I was going to say that's their best chance right here. 2v1, they've got the bomb site. The CT rotating in is low on health. I think he had 26 HP at the time. Like, what more could you ask for to just get yourself set up for success? And I don't know. I mean, it's not just an issue of timing. I think you got to make your own timing. You've got to be able to just pick positions that... I don't know. It's hard to say. I just don't like the fact that he was playing in library and not watching the CT side there.
Yeah, it's a little brutal to get caught like that. So off on the angle.
I think it's because they're having doubts. It's because they're getting outplayed, and now they're starting to second guess. Like, well, I thought I was doing what was right. Maybe what I think I'm doing right now isn't right. So you start to make bad decisions.
Overcompensate.
Yes.
There's going to be Toxic yet again on these entries. Toxic, just an entry superstar tonight. Bob trying to find the trade. Can't, and this is nice from Toxic, who does manage to find Garchomp on the rotate. This is the first one, I think, in the entire series where Legatis might have to save, but Cheebs is going to cut him off and say, no saving for you. Except maybe Jaybird. AK in a dream. From Ordnance Overlords, I may be even worrying about chasing this down. I mean, so many gunfights lost. Jaybird 8-3. been pretty solid in the series so far.
You know, I think you want to do it. They can't see what we see, obviously, but they know he's got the AK. They don't know that he's got 3,200, and they don't know that everybody else on the team is not very good. If they take this AK out, he can't buy another rifle for somebody.
It's true. If they
They
don't,
probably should hunt him, but I understand the caution. Their money isn't. Actually, no, their money's great. They should go get him.
Owen takes a few shots, but not quite enough to put him out. But yeah, I agree with you, Bob. I mean, I think that'll be one where maybe they'll look back at it and kick themselves. I understand being a little cautious there, but yeah, like you were saying, can't see what we see. Full belt of utility, full armor. You would have been taken out.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Complete force into this round. They're so confident. Legatis has to be stopped right here, or they're just going to keep finding this success.
We'll see. Can Ordnance Overlords do it? Gonna be peeking that smoke mid, but Jaybird is up on this angle again. It's gonna be Wooden and him that come in for the crossfire. Very nice here from Stairs with that MP9. Heartbreaking here if you're Ordnance Overlords. They're gonna be on Toxic yet again to try and find a kill here. Like he might be able to do it. And ooh, and he does. He finds the MP9. One down, but does cede a little bit of movement to the neighbor who's come across and not expecting the follow-up from Garchomp, who's pushed up quietly. Look at Cancel is going to find one on the rotate. Very nice from him, and we're into the 3-on-3. Deep apps control here for Jaybird, who's going to call probably the rotate away. This contact now with Danny Bob. Nice peek and jiggle from Fountain. Going to find the headshot on Danny, but Jaybird caught by Cancel. Back and forth in this round. Trades coming in. And it is the 2-on-2.
They figured out, yeah, that was the one guy on A, there's 2B, it's time to go. And now the counter-terrorists have figured it out too, and the pursuit is on.
Oh, they're going to stop and actually go for the util, providing an avenue to maybe get shot in the back. Oh, now they know. They heard both guns, I believe. Moving up quickly, trying to get the bomb down. Here's the post plant going to be. Chivalry. Opting for hit. Hard to argue with that. Classic entrenched position. Kid on Bob. Jazo weak. Nice bounce Molly. Is going to not really get too much done though, as the CT's already kind of playing together. But Jazo's going to find himself the victim of Chivalry. Can't get Bob get the second one, excuse me. He can't. It's going to be Cancel managing to defend that. Oof, and Ordnance Overlords, 3 rounds. They have bought themselves some breathing room. They have gotten some respect. We may see an eco here from Legatis.
I think maybe it's taking Cancel, Chivalry, and Cheebs just a little bit to warm up, you know, really get the feel for this Legatis team. Now we're starting to see the rounds come up. They're starting to really get an idea of what they need to do.
This could be their half the way this is going. We'll have to see if they can keep it up. Garchomp with the P250. Oh no, and Bob's boosted finds the quick one on Chivalry. And look at this pace. They're so far up mid. Jeez, at least finds Garchomp. Gonna get taken out, but then Bob's gonna take him out. And now it's the play of the apartment. And look at the CTs are layered in here. Finally, it's gonna be down to Toxic again, picking up 2. Does manage to equalize. Look, Bob's position's really good for this. Is gonna get the intel. Oh, he's kind of trapped up on Balk a little bit. 1 drops, goes to Pit. 2-on-2, nice made here. It's Bob gonna push through. Trade of bullets. Haven't found yet. Jazo coming out on Valk. And now it's Bob. Oh, and Jazo gonna find the second one. Nice movement. I do like how Legatis on these rotates on this A site. They're pretty timely in their spacing when one is coming out Valk and one is pushing through short.
Yeah, they definitely have the team coordination, at least much better than Ordnance Overlords so far. The retakes have been really good, and their ecos have been good. I mean, that started off as an eco. They got a little bit dicey there, and then it leads to a 2v2 play. What's interesting, though, is that in this time on the retake, Legatis knew that there was nobody pit because they could account for where all the players were. So moving in for that final fight, they could both be looking at the places where the terrorists actually were, as opposed to the previous retake where they didn't really know what was going on and they had to take a death just to get the intel.
Worked well for them. Back into a force now for Ordnance Overlords. Could have had maybe your 4th in that round, but now hoping to get back into here, and that's going to good start, forcing Wooden outside of apps. He does take some damage from Molly. Bob as well, quite low already in the half. Excuse me, in the round. A little bit slower. A lot of banana control seeded. Smoke does come out. 3 players up by then. The bomb still is dropped by CT spawn, though. Down by T ramp. Wooden hearing some movement. T's are going to drop all the way back, and they're playing very far up by that smoke. Cancel's going to find it. That was Bob getting flashed through, but unfortunately, T's were already set up for it on the other side, and now it's all on to Jason to pick up one. Can't quite. Garchomp going through the spray through the smoke. Can't pick one up. Oh, Garchomp finds one. Can't find the second. Toxic going to trade that out. Wooden getting sprayed through the smoke. Will the CTs try and go for this? Toxic finds another one. Nice headshot. That is going to force Wooden away. And we have a 4th round now by Ordnance Overlords. Much better half from them on this map so far. Still a little give and take. Still getting caught a little bit in some of those ecos. And you know, another round that's really close, Bible. Look at the health across everybody that's alive right now. This is another one that feels like it could have swung either way.
Yeah, and obviously it's very difficult to do when the enemy team has good aim, but you know, you figure Wooden could have killed all 3 with a single magazine in this M4A1S. That's how low their health was. One spray. One good spray.
One good spray.
And he doesn't have to be all that accurate. He could be a little wild with it.
Got a couple to spare. You got health that low.
But yeah, 6-4. Terrors have the good buy here, the better buy. They could make a much better game out of this. They already are. 4 rounds on the board on their T side.
Yeah, this one's within reach still. Cross smoke gonna come out, force Jaybird back. He does put the smoke down. Gonna stall out the T's a little bit. Oh, Wooden taking so much damage. He's gonna barely limp away with his life. 5 health. Minute and a half down the board, but Danny tries to come through the smoke, isn't looking the right way. Chiefs comes to the trade, but then gets traded from Library. Wooden does get finished by Cancel. And the Library player, gets taken by Toxic as well. Much better spacing, again, for Warden's Overlords on that one, too. Taking a lot of fights as the team, like, coming in with a lot more territory owned. Bob trying to come in here from Library. Just trying to see if he can get anything done. Jazo's going to go ahead and back up. Leaves Bob up here just to spray the silenced M4 through the smoke, see if he can find anything. That's going to be round number 5 by Ordnance Overlords, who make it a good game. Thank goodness. So these belts of utility on the CTs.
Last round of the half, both teams must buy. Looks like only Wooden is going to be on an SMG, so the buy isn't completely terrible for the CTs. I think they're going to be able to make a fight at both sides. Danny, though, interestingly enough, on the op.
Going for that op. They're bringing out a little bit on Ancient. Get a chance to really get anything started, given how wrecked the economy was in that game. Wooden flanked by Stairs is going to go for the timing. Does find it onto Toxic with the MP9. Upgrades to the rifle. He's now trapped a little bit in upper room. Is going to try to flash his way out, but Campbell catches him on the way out. Oh, and Campbell picks up the second one as well. Very nice find from him. Can Garchomp get one here? Finds Chivalry with the nade out. A quick Balk play. Cheeb's going to find it on the Garchomp. Another one that's kind of close, though. Cheebs and Cancel both very weak, and Danny far away with the op and the bomb as well. A lot of time for Legatis to move in here, try to get any intel they can. Oh, and it is Cheebs who's going to get found by Bob, trying to push up towards long. Now trying to cross and get the bomb down as well. You know, one player's library. Bob last seen towards long. Doesn't see anybody pit yet. Cancel's hiding in a little bit of a deeper angle. Nobody watching this side, though, on short. Pushed up pretty far. Bob gets Danny. Cancel gets Bob. It's down to the one-on-one. Last kill of the half. Who's going to get it? It's Jazo versus Cancel. Going to tap the bomb. Does find the kill. And Jazo picking it up. That's going to be 7-5 in favor of Legati on Inferno.
That's a bit of a shame there. If Cancel was holding the angle a little bit differently, he might have been able to save Danny there. Danny might have been able to continue holding the Moto side. It could have gone a little bit differently. I get why they wanted to play a little bit more cautiously. I mean, it's been coming down to a lot of these 2v2s, and they have not been guaranteed wins in post-plant positions. So this is where I think that being cautious is coming back to bite them, because they're not able to take advantage of what they normally could do against a team that just wasn't as sharp.
Absolutely. There's so much of a mindset when you get kills to try and take space and things like that in Counter-Strike as well. I feel like that can relate to your confidence. So if you don't have it, you get that kill, you maybe fall back instead of trying to push for everything you can get. Speaking of pushing, it's Toxic who's pushed up apartments really far so far. Cancel's going to find Garchomp pushing in, and Jason trying to push up short. Sees two players, lands some shots on both, but it's going to be the flank from Jaybird picking up two, coming into that library side. And now the teams are reversed. It's the terrorists who are defending the bomb side. The bomb's not even down yet. Jeeves versus Jazo. Another one-on-one for the fate of a round. All-important pistol round here. Jeeves does have the health, does have the knowledge now. Is he gonna go? Here's the bomb sound. Sees that it was a fake now. Will Jazo stick? Goes out for the stick, but is stuck on this angle now. Stay crouched, goes for the swing, does get it. Nice shot from Jazo, and another heartbreaker for Ordnance Overlords. You really could have used that pistol round.
Yeah, Legati's has been getting all of these 2v2, well, not all of them, but like a good portion of the 2v2s. I think they lost the one that I can remember, and then they had some really good 1v1s on their side. It just feels like that there's when it comes down to an even battle at the end, it just feels like Legati's has some sort of mysterious, unqualifiable advantage.
Yeah, right? Like, they have that X factor, that thing that just doesn't even make sense.
Observer.
Okay. I guess that's one way to put that.
You know,
that'd be nice.
There is some truth to that, for sure. But the thing is, like, you can see players like Cancel and Toxic, and you can see, like, they know how to play the game. They're very good. They have decent aim. But it just seems like the circumstances are just not... They're not letting them demonstrate it.
Yeah, so many little things kind of working against them. Borderline coin flips. Chief's going to find some backstern, but can't get anything done before Jason takes him out. Cancel up here with the shotgun. He's going to get quite a bit of damage off. Chivalry managing to find his two as well. And don't tell me this is the round that you're going to win. Bob manages to bring it back into the one-on-one again. Oh, the deagle shots. Chivalry is going to pick it up, and they win the boosted shotgun round. All right, so that's what we're dealing with here.
You know, on the subject of shotguns, let's just talk about this. There were a couple times in the Ancient match where there was a Mag 7 pumped right into somebody fairly close, and it did barely any damage. I really don't like what Valve has done with the shotguns. I'm not saying that the Mag 7 has to be an overpowered monster, but I just wish there was a little bit more consistency with how to gauge how it could do it, because you can one-shot with that thing. The auto-shotty, we know it's pretty good, but it just feels like these shotguns are not as consistent. You never know which one you're going to get.
Yeah, it just makes it so frustrating to use them, especially around those close angles where you think you're going to have them dead to rights. Chivalry holding inside this bomb site is going to get taken out by Bob with the Tech 9. This is already more than you probably hoped for on Legati's. Ordnance Overlords trying to collapse in on the site out of a player library. Help coming in from Cancel, who's tossing some util. Nice damage onto Jaybird, who does burn for about half his health. This smoke is buying them so much time, but Chiefs finds one coming from Balk. Nice spacing there from Ordnance Overlords, looking a lot cleaner. They do lose Toxic and Chivalry on that opener, but otherwise, very nice retake coming in.
That puts us at 7 to 8. I'll tell you, this is looking a little bit more possible now. I still think it's one of those games. I don't know if you ever had those. I mean, probably everybody has. You win the game or you're winning, and everything's going so well, and yet it feels like you're losing.
Yes.
Now, in this
Yeah.
case, they're still losing, but they're winning on the CT side, right? You know, like it's 2-1 on the CT side. They're slowly making up the deficit. They have the economic advantage. They should be able to tie it. But I'll tell you, it doesn't feel like they're running around with an advantage.
No, it doesn't. Feels like they're, playing not to lose. And I want to pick up the second map after how that first map went. I consider all of that potentially going through their heads. Danny gonna push up, looking for the shot here. Not been able to find a ton with the AWP tonight. Unfortunate, and does eat the HE and goes down, and now it's all on Cheebs, who's on the site by himself. And the AWP is going to fall over. Bob throws it back. Smoke comes out. Cheebs has to find one, but can't. Chivalry does find Garchomp, but the site is seated, and now the rifle's giving over. Bob's got one, Jazo's got one, and the AWP. This is now so hard if you're Ordnance Overlords, and you should have had this one in the bag. Chivalry going to spam a little bit through the smoke, looking for anything, any hit register, just any intel you can get. 3-on-4 so tough to consider if you want to go for this. Wooden spotted out, can't quite get the flick. Jazo going to find Toxic over by Sandbags, but over by that side. Chivalry manages to pick one up. Saves cancel on the cross there. Almost got caught midair. Goes to the trades at the end. Finds Jaybird. Is probably going to find Wooden as well. No. Oh, sorry. Yes. Yes. Wooden does go down, but the AWP is recovered by Jazo. So Legati do find that round, but they pay pretty dearly for it.
This is why it doesn't feel like they have the advantage, because you know it can go badly so quickly, and they can lose the round here. Although, if the admins here at EP are listening, maybe the tech department, we need to come up with a list of achievements for the players, and we need to give that one to Bob for the flying Tech 9 headshot kill. He needs to get an achievement for that.
He does. Just a disgusting shot. Classic trade of utility over here by Banana to open up round 17. And he's gonna fall back with the MP9. A spray coming out. Chivalry tossing in some util by stairs over by apartments. It controlled. J-Zone into interesting spot here. Pretty far up. Doesn't see anybody playing Bauk. Can't get a read on if there's anybody in sight. Doesn't see anybody. Gonna creep up slowly. Danny behind the car. Is he gonna find anything here? Does find one. Oh, gets the second through the box. Very nice. Chivalry is going to get taken out by Garchomp. Nice trade from Garchomp up mid. It is now going to be on Cancel, who's holding the site by himself. At least the bomb is down by Banana, but Garchomp's going to find Cancel with his back turn, trying to leave the site, knowing that bomb is down. Garchomp crossing with the HE, finds the first! But Danny, whew, manages to finally put that AWP to use. 4 kills on the round. Very nice stuff from them. And ooh, just barely another one that comes down to the 1v1 Bible. Series of 1v1s.
Getting a little bit tight here. See, and that's the thing. It's hard to tell like what's going on in the Ordnance Overlords. It'd be nice to hear their comms and figure out what's going on, because you could always argue, well, it's the 3 players that are getting subbed in and out during the preseason, right? As the rotating rosters. That these 3 players are the, they're helping. They're the antidote to the problem that is Legati's. On the other hand, it could be the map. It could be that Inferno is a much better map for them than Ancient was. So there's got to be a lot of discussion on their side as to what they need to do going forward.
For the boost, Chivalry, Toxic, Cancel. Everybody's in the kill feed on this one, and it's going to be a clean sweep from Ordnance Overlords, who, for the first time in this series, have tied up the map and are, let's say, maybe comfortably in the driver's seat. That wasn't a 1v1 Bible. He's broken the first.
I will give them credit for this. I do think that they're playing much better now. Like I said before, I think it's that some of these players had to warm up a little bit. They had to really just... I mean, obviously, you're coming in against a hot team. You got to take a few rounds to figure out what you need to do.
Absolutely. Just really being able to put it together so far on the CT side. Early Banana activity. It's going to be down to Danny to try to pick one up, but Bob's going to find it instead with the MAC-10. Smoke comes out from Cheebs. It's only Chiefs on this B site. You have Chivalry coming across for support. T's have slowed it down. A lot of banana control this early in the round. CT's split across the map. 2 on B, 2 on A. Gonna be down to Toxic maybe to try to probe, but aggressive and look for some information towards Apps. Still coming out for the T's. Jeeves picks up one with the off from the dark. Nice pickup there. Gonna find the second one, a headshot. Changes position over here by behind Fountain. Can he find the second one? Can't quite do it. Chivalry playing behind Sandbags. Can't quite get it as well. Dolphins, excuse me. Toxic on the rotate coming up through Banana. Down a man though. Will they opt for this some way? CT's coming in from different sides of the map, but a lot of util coming out, smoked off on every angle. Are they going to try to push through? Do have a kit on cancel. Kind of quickly. Toxic tries to be a little cheeky there, but gets found by Bob. Now it's all down to cancel. Who is going to try to actually push up here? Spots one, spots the second, gets the one in Coffin. Manages to put some damage on the other player as well, and is still alive. If nothing else, maybe another round that'll be very, very expensive for Legatis. Is going to go. Ooh, tries to make it out, can't quite do it. Will the T's, either of the T's live? Jaybird manages to be the last man standing. If you're Legatis, you're hoping you got Marcus Crassus on your team, because you need some money.
Money does not look good for them. You are absolutely correct. However, they are able to scrap together a buy with 2 Galils, 3 AKs against the full buy of Ordnance Overlords. No op, though, on the CT side. I'm curious about that. The Ordnance Overlords, not feeling it right now.
Pretty slow default style on this round is going to pay off. Chiefs goes down early over by Banana. Going to be Wooden and Jazo who pick that up. Smoke is down, and a lot of territory still owned by the CTs. But Garchomp pushing up pretty quick downstairs. He's doing a little bit of clearing on some of these angles. Chivalry's going to be able to spawn if he comes out. Does fall off the angle a little bit. Spots contact mid coming out. Oh, nice find from Toxic. Nice little double up play here from the CTs. Love seeing that angle in corner. We're going to fall back and try to support Cancel, who's sitting over underneath balcony a little bit. But Bob's going to find Chivalry inside the site. Cancel and Toxic managed with the trades. Nice from the defense here. The bomb is going to be on Wooden. Coming out by balcony. Has his work come out for him. Finds one with the Galil. Oh, tries to go for the second. Looks going to be Toxic. 4 kills on the round. 22 and 14. Very nice showing from him.
This is a bit more what I expected. Yeah, like this is the Ordnance Overlords that I expected to see here. A little bit more like this. A little bit more fight. A little bit more, just a little sharp gameplay, you know, the aim and the ability to actually command a situation, especially like when you have a significant advantage. And they've cut down on the multi-kills where they're just getting completely mowed down. They're actually trading. They're coming into areas well. I love seeing this.
Complete switch from what we saw earlier in the game. Overlords back on the tie match. Going to try to pick up this eco round as the terrorists swarm the B bomb site. Jazo managing to pick one up. Several of his teammates fallen. That's going to be Bob, Wooden, Jaybird all down in this round. And he's playing up in Church. Oh my goodness, Toxic does go down to the Tech 9 again. Tech 9 headshot. Oh no, and Danny goes down as well. Another one back into the 2-on-2.
The retake is not coordinated. This is the problem.
Such a dicey situation now. You have a couple nades on Chivalry, but where do you want to put them? Cancel trying to come in, is going to eat the flash, and it's Garchomp who still gets it with the Tech 9. Still playing with the Tech 9. Chivalry trying to go for the reload, drops his gun, picks up the second one, whew, and secures the double. I mean, my goodness. At least Ordnance Overlords get it, but another round, Bible. Another round where they're coming in and just having to do it in these clutch situations. Nice play here from Chivalry, who does manage to do it, but man.
Yeah, they owe Chivalry for bailing them out of that one. That was something they should never have got it down to the 1v2, let alone even a 1v1. That was a 4v2 against Tech 9s. The problem is that I understand you want to catch them off, you don't want to let them plant, all that kind of stuff. That all makes sense, but you got to be able to communicate with your team, and this is the problem you have to work out in the preseason. You got to be able to get your team to come with you. You got to, peek at the same time. You got to swing together. You got to make impossible scenarios for the terrorists that they cannot win 4v2 with Tech 9s.
Exactly. Got to commit as a team. It's going to be Chiefs picking up 2 here. Can he pick up the 3rd? Can't quite. Still the man advantage here for the defense. It's going to be Toxic, who's quick over, coming through the smoke, though. He's got a little bit of coffins. Can he find one? No, it's going to be Bob. And hey, guess what, Bible? We're back in an even situation. 2v2 from another eco from the Legatis. Coming in and taking a bunch of territory.
And they got 2 rifles now.
And 2 rifles, and the CTs working from opposite positions. It's been a lot in these retakes on this Inferno map of Ordnance Overlords coming in on different angles. Ooh, but Bob with the late smoke. This is going to be so painful now for Chivalry. They're going to try to just keep them here again. This is turning into a bit of a strategy for Ordnance Overlords. If we have to seed the rounds, we're going to take you down with us. Look at what they're pouring into this bomb site. Gonna go for it. Chivalry picks up 1. Can't quite pick up the 2nd one. But another one where it's last man standing, and we're into the championship rounds. Last 2 rounds of the map. We're going the distance, Bible. And oh, rough bye here if you're Ordnance Overlords. And it looks like they're not even going to opt for it. So painful on round 23.
Yeah, 11-11 is very dangerous. 10-10 is also very dangerous. About that 10-10 point, the reason being is that the economy doesn't have enough time to bounce back. Yeah, Ordnance Overlords are a very horrible buy. They've got to be able to make this work with pistols.
Not a good sign when it's Chiefs who goes down the top of Banana. Gonna burn. Toxic spots 1. Here on main, does try to go for the kill. Can't quite find it. 5-7 from Chivalry. Get much else done. Garchomp with the kills. Cancel manages to find 1 with the CZ of all guns. Forget that's in the game sometimes. So it does find himself an AK as a reward. He'll be playing over by that balcony position with it. Like on the mini-map, might have fired some bullets there. Got Garchomp pushing up. Apps. Nice molly coming in. No follow-up yet, though. Out of position, but not a whole lot to show for it. He's going to eat a nade. Nice HE there. And another volley that comes out, but he's moved back into the pit. Manages to find 1, but needed to find more than 1 there, ideally. Can't quite make it work. Danny does have the 5-7 and is playing over by apartments. If there's a place you can get a kill with this armor-piercing pistol, it's here. I'm going to try to scrounge for a gun going into the last round of the game.
Honestly, just finding a gun and getting out there might be the best move.
Trying to, but just no guns to be found this far up in apartments. Gonna have to try and commit. Is Danny gonna drop down? Is he gonna look for the kills? How does he want to play this? Goes for the kills, fires off some shots, can't get anything done. None of the T's are gonna join him up in apartments, though. Terrorists win. It's gonna be Legati picking up round 12, who are now on match point as we go into what could be the final round of the game here. All comes down to this, Bible.
It's gonna be a scrappy type of buy here. I think. I mean, Danny's on a MP9, Chiefs MP9. The rest MP or M4s. It's not as bad as I thought it'd be. Gotta squeeze every last drop of money.
There's some tools to work with here. That's for sure. Couple nades. Gonna be a lot of presence up Banana early, forcing this utility out. Will anything off them? Doesn't look like it's anything's gonna actually slow them down. Trying to push in here. Oh, Danny manages to pick up 2 so important on this round with the MP9 on Chiefs to try and trade it out. Toxic comes to the smoke and picks up 2. They're in the driver's seat. They can force overtime. It's all down to Jaybird, last one alive on his team. And it's going to be Toxic to pick it up, and Ordnance Overlords do manage to tie it up. We are going to overtime. Look at that spray inside of the site. Nice hold from Danny, and great smoke push from Toxic. Double kills from both of them in the rounds you need it most.
Yeah, I think Legati's properly identified the B-bomb site as the weak one on the Ordnance Overlord CT side, and they're just not able to hold as well against the onslaught of all 5 of them, and the nades coming up Banana have been pretty good. So, with that said, Toxic rotates quickly. He's able to get over there. Obviously, Danny with the 2K held it down, but they're going to have to come up with a plan here. Look at this. They're putting 3 on B. Look at that.
Immediately having
They
a
know.
comp-
Yeah, they know.
Goes for the early peek, can't quite make it happen. Gonna eat some fire damage as a result. How long will they keep 3 resources over towards this B site? Chucking a lot of util, but Chivalry's gonna go down to Garchomp. Cancel managing to pick that up with the trade. Falling back here. Is the only one on A. Ooh, does make some noise. Gonna fall back into the site though. With this op, can he get anything done? No, gonna get spammed through the box by Bob. Down to Danny, playing from this side by Wrong. Ooh, Toxic goes for the op kill. Smoked off on this angle though, and Wood is in such a powerful position here. Nice timing comes out. Finds Toxic with the AK. And now on the 4-on-2. Danny pushing up, trying to get some territory. Opts to grab the op and fall back instead.
Not terrible.
There's going to be Legati securing the first round of overtime. And yeah, not terrible. And you keep your options. You keep some defuse kits, some armor, of course, the rifle and the op. But kind of interesting. I don't feel, Bible, correct me if I'm wrong, I don't feel that the op has been very central to the plans of Ordnance Overlords in this game so far.
Yeah, and it's hard to tell, is it because it's the map, or is it, because I don't think they used it much on Ancient either. To be fair, though, they didn't play much of a CT side on Ancient, but
yeah,
still, with that said, it's, it does make you wonder. I know Danny's been trying to give it a go. It has not been working out as well for him. Chivalry's now going to be the one to try it. So, and he's going A, so he might have something mid.
Only hope. Be Toxic playing close up. Oh, but look at all this territory. But he's gonna gang. Toxic gonna get found by Garchomp, who pushes up so quickly. But Chivalry is gonna find the trade with the off. Danny goes down. Up by B. Cheeves trades it out. Look at how much territory, though. Look how far Jaybird is up. And the bomb going to rotate away from Banana. Everything's going to be on Chivalry here. Will he be expecting this player so close? Probably not. Oh, does find the kill. Nice find from Chivalry, especially after smoking off that angle. I thought for sure he wasn't going to expect that player there. Cancel, can he live and or find a kill? So important here. Goes to Terrace on the side. Does find the one on Balk. Can't quite pick up the second. Gonna be down to Chivalry and Cheeves rotating from B. Bomb is gonna go down. Wooden on the 1v2. Full utility belt from Chivalry. Every grenade in the game, practically. Gonna use them. Sending some over towards short. Wooden is on this side. The CTs are split, the fights are here, but Cheeves is gonna pick up the first one and tie it back up. Nice holding of the nerve from Chivalry there, and Cheeves to win that 2v1, and nice from Chivalry to equalize in the round early as well. I think it's very important, that side of the map that he was playing on. Managed to keep it fairly locked down.
Definitely, they're still in it, and they're showing that they're still in it. They refuse to give this map up. They're going to fight to the bitter end. I like that in a team. I think you should go all the way every single round. Every single decision should be towards that goal of victory. And but on that point, though, you got to give credit to Legatis. They started off really good, had their problems, and they've been trying to course correct.
Oh, Toxic gonna find a quick return there at the M4. Switches to the AK. Jaybird gonna find Cancel. Cheeves gonna find Bob. Slugging it out across the map. Cheeves very far up. Banana so far, though. Loving this if you're a counter-terrorist. Minute and a half left. Look how far Cheeves is. Toxic 2. Play is 2. Gonna find that. Toxic's been such a good player in this series. Jaybird gonna find the trade there. Man disadvantage for the offense. I don't even want to play this. Wooden has the op all the way back behind ramp, which is now smoked off. With an op pushing through, this is nonsense. Cheeves with his back turned. Rounds. Oh, what? Wooden with the no scope. Hey, surprise, you're beside me shot. Oh,
That's exactly what I'm talking about, though, about the ridiculous play when you're up. But they're doing it now in overtime, because you don't push through smoke like that when the CTs are watching. But he counted on the fact they wouldn't be watching it, because that's normally not what you're supposed to do.
What about when you have an op, Bible? Do you then push through the smoke?
Yeah, even that's even worse.
Into the 2-on-2. Bomb does go down. One shot in the mag for Wooden. does get that reload off. It's going to be Danny who can hear it, but isn't prepared for 2 players to be on this side. And is down to Chivalry, 2-on-1. Wielding the AWP is going to, almost finds the first one. Has to go for the reload. This is very rough with the AWP now. Taking time of the bomb, halfway gone.
I don't see how he's going to be able to do this.
I don't either, but is Chivalry dead, Bible? This will finally tell us. Waits for it to fall so much. Gonna try and find T on the way out. Couldn't quite make it happen, and that is gonna be Legati, who do pick up 2 rounds in this first part of overtime. Here we go, switching sides. First time we've seen Ordnance Overlords back on this T side, where they had a good first half, but it did technically lose. It was 7-5, so good spot to be in.
There we go. HUD gets updated.
Be down to Ordnance Overlords to pick up what they can in this half of overtime. So much fire on Banana this early. Oh, Banana. Just a red smoking mess. Diligence from the T's so far as they clear out Banana. Using their util, trying to make sure they don't get caught unawares. Might be down to Danny here to try to find the opener on this Coffins player. Can he do it? Does manage to get the shot through Coffins. Very nice from Danny there. And Cheebs as well, finding one. Good start to this round from the terrorists. Have to deal with the pit player. Nice from Garchomp. Does push up on that long side. Quiet on the map. 1 player for the defense. It's going to be Bob over towards B, where the bomb is moving for the finish right now. Cancel making a bit of noise, throwing some utility out here from the Balk side. Garchomp here. Nice find from Bob, who manages to find 2. Finds 2 from Coffins. Drops down and finds the second one. Going to be down to Danny with this AWP. Does have 2 in this round, but only 43 health.
He's going to have to end with a 4K to pull this off.
Might be able to find the first one. Oh, almost gets it. Can't quite make it work.
Oh, he gets it through the smoke.
Oh, he does. Oh, no. Through the smoke and blind. No way is he going to find this. Down to Danny. Does find it. What a crazy round. This is nonsense. Danny making it with the 4K.
See, that's a good lesson right there. He's been having a tough time tonight, and no surprise against this Legati team. He's holding it together. He's trying, and trying to be as consistent as he can, and it finally comes out all the way to overtime here, where he gets a 4K with really some really nice op shots. That first one on the Coffins to open the bomb site, the second one to actually take the site, and then these 2 in the clutch, the 1v2 to secure the 14th round for his team.
1v2 and the 4K from Danny. Most back to a tie game. It is 14-all deep into this first overtime. Who can get the edge? Bob prepping some utility, hiding in this B site. Chill out Banana. Oh, Trump is gonna find Cheeves. Comes down to cancel, getting the trade up in apartments. Gonna spot the second player. Can he get something? Not quite. An exchange of blows. They're both gonna fall back. HE goes deep, can't find anything. Jazo finds Danny, though, into the 4-on-3. It's Wooden picking up. Toxic here by mid. 4-on-2 now. It's going to be all on Cancel and Chivalry. Cancel with a kill, but quite weak. Only 10 HP to work with. Kind of painful. And a couple on HE and a Molotov for the CT. Jaybird, Anchor Supreme, playing deep by pit. Does hear at least 1 player. Send some utility out. Trying to play for some info. They don't see anything so far. It might come down to Bob watching cross here. And the terrorists are going to opt to actually stay on A, it looks like. Trying to play, looking for these angles. Now it's Chivalry. Pushing through Arch. Not finding anything so far. They're going to run. They're moving now. 15 seconds left in the round, and Bob inside of Chapel. Strong position, going to make him pay for it. Such a great position to be this late in the round, and indeed They waited so long, Bob, with the sound cues. Easy pick up there. 29 kills this game. And Legati's pole position, map point.
Good hold right there. I love
Yeah.
these replays. Love being able
do
to see
too.
what actually happened there.
So great. That second kill in particular, very nice readjustment there.
He's almost at 30 kills. I don't think Bob had as good of a game on Ancient. I know his team was just on fire, but it's nice to see when you got a team that's so good. On one map, it's one player leading the charge with a lot of kills, and then you get another player on another map.
Yep, multiple threats, so hard to deal with. Play styles, map-specific things. Always a struggle. Early activity up here by A. Garchomp is on the site, needs to find this first one, does find the first on campus. Trying to push up through apartments. Toxic finds one that gets traded out by Jaybird. Jaybirds just anchoring so well in this series. Managing to find things in these scrappy positions. Does drop the smoke. Nice from Cheeves. Up by Bauk. Finds one. Finds the second. Beautiful kill coming out of Bauk. This is exactly what Ordnance Overlords needs to force this into OT number 2. Can they do it? Down to Bob. Down to Jazo. Jazo with the op. Both CTs have the kit. Smoke is down, but will fade here shortly. Bob's going to opt to try and push up by Long. Sees no activity so far. Danny finds the first onto Jazo, and it's going to be Chivalry picking up the second one. And Bible, we're going again. It's OT number 2.
Now, apparently we don't take draws here. No, somebody has to go away as the victor. Legati's versus Overlords here, 15-15, overtime 2. You know, it's interesting. Bob's and Garchomp almost at 30 kills each. Same with Toxic on the other team. This is getting rather intense now. Now everybody here is actually in it on the long term. They know how the other team's playing this map. And now they're poking and pushing and feeling for some sort of advantage, some way to cross the finish line.
And you love seeing it in a preseason game, right? Maybe not the most stakes on the line, but now you got bragging rights on the team. I mean, come on. It's like a game of Counter-Strike.
I think Ordnance Overlord wants it badly, though, to make up for the big loss on the first map. That's what they really need here, to be able to say, no, we came back and beat them.
Yes, in the long run, too.
Yes.
Down. Yes. So much bragging rights there, and so much to lead into the season with that on your back. Early kills from the terrorists. Nice equalizing from Jaybird. He's been a talking point for us tonight. Holding on to this A site. Does get shot through the box by Chivalry. Down in 2v. 2 on 3. Chivalry firing towards this library position. Smoke comes out. Fuselage carrying up the stones over here. Bob gonna find one. Pushing to the side again. Trying to fight the pit player. Can he find it? Jazo gonna swap to the AK. I like this a lot. Smoke comes out, but a little late. Bob's already pushed up past it. Does find the first one. Can't find the second one. It's gonna be canceled, picking up the double kill on the site. Securing OT round number 1.
I don't know, that retake looks strong. I thought they were going to be able to do it, but no, Cancel held the line in the end. A lot of these coming down to one player, sometimes on each team. It's very interesting. I'd love to see the clutch statistics by the end of it, you know, when they're all added together and you find out how the clutches went. There's a treasure trove of data in there.
Absolutely. So many times it's happened in this game. So many people called upon in these X Factor moments. I think if I'm the GM for either of these squads, I'm fairly happy with what I've seen in this game.
Yeah, absolutely. I think this game is the way that everyone wants a global game to go. You know, everybody really fighting tooth and nail for every inch of ground.
Danny there popped up past Banana. Quite a bit of info. Opts to send the bomb back towards A. Floating outside of mid as Cancel finds the first Garchomp. Wouldn't play. Oh, does get picked up by Toxic. Toxic so good on coming around these corners and being able to find your team a kill. So valuable. Jaybird just as valuable from inside the site. Always good for one, but only good for one. Does fall in pit to Jeeves. Chivalry gets the bomb down, and it's now a 4-on-2. Will this be Ordnance Overlords going up 2 in OT number 2? Might be. Is Bob going to, for the 3rd round in a row, push up too long? Maybe Arch. Looks like it might fall back. Not going to go for it this time. A little bit too difficult with 4 alive. Did have that smoke down coming by mid. Nice find from Ordnance Overlords. Nice to see this deep reserve of energy they can pull on in this game.
Yeah, if you can get another round win, that would be great. That's all you got to do, right? You got to finish off the game.
Yeah, and look at the... They're going to get a pretty full buy. Probably not going to pick up an AWP on the Gaudis. Haven't really been AWPing, I guess, to be fair.
I know they say on professional LANs that usually the team with the most LAN experience is the one that will walk away in an overtime win. It's statistically overwhelming, supposedly. I am curious if there's anything to be true, or anything true to be said about that here on this type of league. Even though it's preseason, does it come down to experience that wins overtimes?
You have to think it at least plays a part, right? It's always hard to say in a league like this. I think players can just turn it on at any part of the game. Certainly being able to have another trick up your sleeve. Nice little angle there from Jaybird, who, again, finds his one over here on balcony, drops back down to pit. VCT presence over here towards A. Ram coming through the smoke. Cancel is going to push it. Traded out by Garchomp. Going for the flash. Doesn't quite connect. Jaybird going to find the second. So important to this defense, trying to get his team 1 round in this overtime half. Doing a good job of it. Garchomp going to push up into mid. Does find Chivalry before Chivalry can adjust the cursor. And now it's going to be the 4-on-1 required with Danny, who does have the AWP. Bomb is down up near stairs.
And there's no point in saving. It's the last round of this half, so... You gotta go for it.
Is gonna just try and push up. Goes for the no scope there a little bit. Is gonna be traded out by Garchomp. Very nice round from Garchomp. Gonna secure the triple kill. And Jaybird as well, continuing to be so solid on the defense. And stepping into the second half of overtime, number 2.
We now have 2 players that have 30 kills or more. Toxic on the one team and Bob's on the other. Actually, wait, no, another one. We have Garchomp as well. So 3 players now over 30 kills.
Quite a showing from them. Love to see
2
it. Cancel also within striking distance. And yeah, quite correct. I will opt for each team, which we have not typically seen too much. Going to be Toxic with 1. Looking for this fight. Find anything, misses the shot. It's a little bit of intel, then it has to fall back. Heavy util used out across the map. Smokes begin to fade. Flash through over car. Secure the lead up into this B site. Bomb is already on this side with a minute and 15 to go. Surely the finish here. And that CT smoke as well. So much presence shown here. Wonder if they're waiting for Garchomp to maybe pick up a kill and try to rotate. They do have Bob moving back down, and they are going to actually retreat back down Banana. Garchomp going to try and find one. It's imperative that he finds this one coming out of apartments. Will he be expecting Chivalry this close with the A1S? He has made almost no noise for probably most of this round. Is going to toss the flashbang out. Falls back into sight. He'll hears some footsteps. Garchomp tries to go for the fight coming out of balcony. And Bob going to find Chivalry on the site first. Cancel picks up 2. Garchomp picks up 2. Into the 2-on-3. Bomb is going down. Both the remaining CTs from Ordnance Overlords having to move across the map. Opting for the opposite play again. Pathing in from different sides. Danny gonna actually try to come in through window. Does miss the jump, unfortunately. That's That's got to sting a little bit. In a round like this, pushes up. Here's the sound cue. Goes for the fight anyway, but Jazo's going to rip his head off. Down to Cheese on this 1-on-2. Finds the first onto Garchomp and Pit. Very nice, actually. No way he's going to stick this and get it, right? Does have the kit. Does have the flash. Goes for the fight instead. Can't quite find it. Too late probably now. It is going to be Jazo to pick that one up. Nice from the Legati team there. Really drawing out the retake. Really slowing down Ordnance Overlords. But nice from Ordnance Overlords. They come with the man disadvantage. Make it a decent little attempt there.
Oh, this is wild. We are all tied up again. 17-17. Neither side backing down.
Bragging rights. Cancel has joined our 30 club. 34. Jazo pushing up quick up here by half wall. Chief's going to be expecting this. Get the flash in. Line there for a second. Doesn't follow it up. Molly comes up. Chief's going to opt to fade back through the smoke. Can't stand the heat. Going to play a little bit farther back. Nice find here from Toxic. Garchomp actually on top of him. Doesn't realize, but at least manages to get the kill. Good comms coming through. How far Cancel was back. I missed that, Bible. Really pushed so far up and can't quite get the trade on it to Garchomp on the exit there. It's very interesting as Garchomp goes for the fight, but is going to get caught by Chivalry holding over by corner. So important to pick up that kill. Wooden, can you get this one? Jiggle gets the shot out of him, doesn't land though. Bomb is coming back down from Banana. Have enough util for an execute still to finish. 3 players up, this is doable. Or Legati. We've definitely seen weirder in this game. Smoke onto the A-long site. Comes out. Gonna be Cancel sitting in the bomb site. Gonna try and find one. Sending down a bunch of utility. Is able to find at least one. Jaybird picks him up. Chivalry finds one as well. And then also gets traded. It's gonna be down to Jazo. Last one alive. 17 all. Can he do it? A molly, a flash, a smoke. Can they come out quick? There's the first. Here comes the smoke on the back. CT's playing together, but nice on this angle. They're gonna just push the smoke so fast. Jazo isolating the duels, finds the first. Can't quite find the second. Nice from Danny to push up on that side, and it's gonna be Ordnance Overlords taking round number, whatever this is. They're taking their 18th round. I've lost track, and the bomb's up.
That's terrifying that Danny's on 4 HP for that win. Like, he took a beating trying to break into that bomb site. I've got to say, though, that I actually thought that was the right call. I thought the two of them going together, just run right through it, just throw themselves into it, was the right decision, because you have to force now the Legati's player to get 2 kills back-to-back very quickly on a fight like that. He almost did it, by the way, using the box as defense, but it was not to be. 18-17, match point.
Could be it. Really have to go yet again. Early mollies traded out up here by Banana. As Obo pointed out, round 35. Meaning this one is 36. 36. You heard that right, folks. End of double overtime. All quiet on the map. To be Cancel playing up here. Playing together with Toxic. Toxic at 31. Cancel finds the first. Jazo up here finds the trade. Toxic here in such an odd position here now. Do you want to fall back to pit? How long is Jazo going to maintain control of this territory? He's going to drop the smoke and it actually elects to change positions. Bomb is on the back of Wooden, who is moving up Banana, and this is an interesting 2-2 split. Both teams, both sites. The bomb towards Banana. Toxic playing up through the smoke. As the A1S, here's the footsteps. Here's some shots sitting inside the smoke. Gonna go for the timing, but Jaybird is watching it, is gonna pick it up. And Jazo on the lurk, doesn't see anything. But there's 23 seconds left in this round. And Bible, we may not be done quite yet. Bob's gonna find Danny. It's gonna be all on Chief. He finds one, but gets traded out immediately by Wooden. And Now, I mean, a miracle required from Chivalry. 24-24 on the scoreboard. Can't find the first one. It's going to be Wooden and Bible.
Overtime 3.
No rest for the weary.
You know, I got to admit, I played a very long overtime one time. It was like 9 overtimes. It was a very, very long thing. When we started the match, like 10 p.m. Eastern, when we finished it, by the time everything is done with tech issues and everything, it was like 1 in the morning. It felt like. So I'm immune to the feeling that overtimes are long, 1 overtime, 2 overtime. That doesn't feel long anymore to me. Ever since then, something snapped in my brain, and it's just like, overtime is no problem. But for players to be in that 3 overtimes, it can get exhausting.
Absolutely. See brawling coming out over by Banana. Danny's going to go down early. Cancel pushing up. Apartments very quickly does find the fight onto Jazo. And Cancel finds one onto Jazo. They're going to get the man advantage back. I'm on the back of Jaybird. His way down T ramp. Sitting for a little bit. Hoping one of his teammates can secure a bit of an advantage here. Two smokes, 2 mollies for this offense, one of which is the CT molly. So a molly and a half, we'll say. It's going to be on Chivalry to pick one up here. Offense has the angle, seen the jiggle, does get the information. Doesn't pick up the kill, but doesn't fall. Gets Wooden, but is traded out by Jaybird. Does get his 1 at least. Was imperative that he get that. Cancel trying to move back towards Pit, but does get smoked off, and elect to play in front of it instead. Checking these angles by Van. This is a great position he finds himself in. Picks up the first, picks up the second. It's going to be Cancel picking up that round for Ordnance Overlords, who take the lead yet again.
Very important set of kills right there. We get to see it on the replay. I like how he's positioned in front of the smoke, a bit of an awkward angle. And if you notice the angle that they were trying to clear, the terrorists were trying to clear that big box on the site in the corner. Very important. I see way too many players not clearing that section. So Cancel took advantage of that. That's a guaranteed spot you have to clear.
Yeah, great positioning. Especially when it looked like he was going to elect to go to that pit position. Just fell back instead after that smoke. Tons of damage coming out here onto Danny and Jeeves in the first of this round. There's a hail of bullets and a hail of grenades sent up Banana. Terrorists have 2 players up pretty far.
This is where you pull your strategies out here. Look at that. 1 high, 1 low on the port's position.
This is a fun one. Will Garchomp get this pick? Haven't really seen, I don't think, a slow op play. A smoke off the long side. Will he be expecting the player here at patio? She goes out. Oh, does find the first. Nice adjustment and shot onto Chivalry. Secures the man advantage. Look at the health across the offense, though. Wooden and Garchomp so low. Jazo and Bob bruised as well. Man advantage for this offense. Some util coming in. Bomb moving up. Banana. Finish may be here. Wooden hearing so much information here. Can't get a pick on the way out. Now this lurk is really far in. Apartment's going to pick it up. Bob finds Cheeves coming into B. Oh, but look, Toxic and Chivalry quick on this rotate. Toxic cancel, excuse me. Bob's gonna find Danny inside the site. Oh, a nice position from Bob. Cancel finds Bob. Can't quite make it work against all of the Legatis inside of the bomb site. And it is 19-all as we trade rounds back and forth yet again.
Yeah, neither team is able to figure out what the secret sauce is. They don't know what they need to do to secure multiple rounds in a row and to really just take full advantage of the scenario. They just keep getting overrun one round or the other. I think the most we saw was 2 rounds in a row during these overtimes.
Team able to really feel secure. Look at this. He's so far up. Already moved up through mid. Bob's going to pick up the double. And Cheebs coming in to trade out his teammate, moving into the 3-on-3. Danny with the MP9. He's going to
Oh, they might
rotate over
inadvertently
to GD.
give up
Yeah. This is crazy positioning. Look how far Cancel is up here. Positioning from the T's, so interesting. Just kind of holding the small sliver of mid, looking for the info play. But will they ever be expecting this coming from their side of the map? Surely not. Gonna be all on Cancel. What can he get here? Trigger Discipline finds the first, finds the second. Oh, actually, it's gonna be Jzo. Nice adjustment there. Cancel goes for the double kill. Can't quite secure it. Danny trying to play for info here. Manages to narrowly escape with his life. Is the MP9 gonna sit on top of first? Can he get this kill? Needs to get at least one. Can't quite do it. Nice spacing from the T's. Come in and play that same angle as a team. Down to Cheebs. Can he find the first one? Now the T's fall back and try to play the crossfire, surely, right? Trying to isolate that one duel. Finds the first onto Wooden, but Jzo is able to close out that round, and it's going to be Legati's with the round advantage going into part 2 of overtime number 3.
I've really got to give credit to that play in mid. Cancel, it was absolutely brilliant, and I think he did the right thing by going for the more difficult kill, the guy who was farther away, lined up the headshot, and then tried to spray into the guy who was closer. The shot that put him down was absolutely insane. That spin by the terrorist on the bottom banana area by ramp, that was absolutely crazy that he was able to pull that off.
Yeah, had no business like being able to adapt that fast. I mean, surely you can never be expecting a player to be all the way up by your spawn. It was so quick from Cancel. Now, I like to put Wooden on top of Patio, boost position. Nice CT molly from Garchomp, gonna force the terrorists back up apartments. Here's them leaving a little bit. Never sure how far they've moved though. Dumps the HE, finds no damage from it. Nades coming in, molly coming in from the T's as well. No damage, no info. T's not in possession of the bomb right now. Trying to find somewhere to apply pressure. Smoke comes in again. It's going to be on somebody to take out Toxic, or for Toxic to find one. Trying to move up, but he can't. It's going to be Bob picking him up with the A1S. Hiding him back here. Quad. Jzo with the boost, but can't quite see the second player. And it's going to be instead Bob just picking up everything from behind Quad. Pushed up by Fountain now. Bob making all the difference in this round. Breaks 40 kills on the 40th round. 41 kills. Great game from Bob. Pick up this last one. It is going to be Garchomp and Jzo picking up the last of the terrorists alive. This could be it, Bible. Legati's match point. 2 opportunities back to back.
Bob's managed to get the 41 kills. I cannot believe imagine if they lose and he's going to look at his team and be like, guys, I got over 40 kills. What were y'all doing? But,
Please come help me.
Yeah, but you know, it's crazy. If this keeps going any longer, Cancel's going to break it as well. And Garchomp, they're both at 37.
Yeah, absolutely great game from multiple people across the squads. Almost everybody has had times in this map. And for some of the players who maybe fallen a bit silent in the overtime portion, everybody was important on certain sites and certain parts of this map. Heavy util out on this A site. And wouldn't find one playing Patio. And CT's also up by Bauk. A lot of resources spent trying to flush out these players. Forcing the T's up again. Up, tries to peek mid, goes for the shot, first to fall back. This time Danny can pick up Garchomp, but Jaybird's going to trade it out, catching Cheebs. Toxic and Chivalry up by the B site, and it is going to be Toxic who picks up Bob. Nice boost again. This has been so important for the defense. This B boost position so strong. Into the 3-on-3. Bob is moving up apartments. Going towards this A site. Jaybird playing pit. Cancel finding Wooden through the box. And is Jaybird good for his customary one? He is. Finds his one. 2-on-2. Molly comes out. Jaybird barely playing around it. Try to go underneath Valk. Can't quite make it, but picks up Danny anyway. Into the one-on-one. Familiar territory for both these teams in this game. Maybe not these players. It's Chivalry versus Jazo. Molly gonna dump it. On this close side. Bomb site gonna be down to Chivalry, trying to find the duel, tries to isolate, can't quite get it across the line, and finally, finally, it's gonna be Legati taking this match.
Yeah, they've got to be breathing a sigh of relief here. They stomped all over them on map number 1. Map number 2, Ordnance Overlords pulled in the roster change for the second match in the preseason, and Legati's, even though they started off strong in the opening of the game, they started to struggle. It started to be obvious here that they were up against a team that was determined not to lose a second map, but Legati's held firm. They played their game. It was absolutely amazing to watch this. This was absolutely a great series. I'm so glad we got to watch this one. Legati's 22-19 final score on the second map. They sweep both of these. Both matches go their favor. They've got to be happy with the team that they have going in to this season, right? Bob's got 41 kills, Garchomp 37. And I mean, that it was just a game. Both of these were absolute games. The first was a clinic on how to play Ancient, and the second one was how to play the long game against an opponent that does not want to say die.
Absolutely. And such different styles of games. Like, not only the first one being a stomp, but when you can show as a team, hey, you guys got to be prepared for a pace. You got to be prepared for the fact that we may be able to put you on the back foot for the entire game. And that Inferno one, which had a lot more slower rounds. When you think back to that Ancient one, we saw so many quick hits into those bomb sites. Sometimes teams even running through the mollies and things like that just to try to get the bomb down. That Inferno played a lot slower. Had so many opportunities, just like various people across both teams there. And yeah, obviously pretty sad for Ordnance Overlords, excuse me, but got to be much happier with that second game. Got to bring in some subs, got to give some people some time, looking like a lot better team on Inferno. And as you said earlier, Bible, hopefully either narrowing down on Ancient being a permaban or trying to figure out maybe who is suited to playing that map.
Yeah, I'm not worried about them in the sense that they have plenty of time to figure out what they need to do. They're definitely good players. I think you'd like to think it's a bit of an anomaly. You know, it's preseason. You're getting used to each other. You're getting used to the roster. You got way too many people on the roster anyway. You're going to have to make some cuts. Just the way it goes in a draft league, right? And okay, so maybe the map's not yours, or maybe you just need to figure out where your roster needs to be and that kind of stuff. It's all part of the growing pains at the beginning of the season. And again, they have great talent. So I think we're going to see them winning some games in this season that we'll hopefully be able to watch. The schedule rotation will come in for us to cast them.
Absolutely. And I'm a fan of both these teams automatically. That was a hell of a game to cast. Did go a little late. Appreciate everybody who's been sticking around, hanging out in the stream. That was a absolutely nutty game to cast. Had a lot of fun doing it. Shout out per usual to Obo, who was on observing, doing the replays, one-man army. Always appreciate him showing up and doing these matches for Bible and I to cast. Shout out to our players, always putting on a clinic. I mentioned it earlier, entrypointesports.com. Come and check out the Discord, come and check out the website. We've got stats, we've got the teams, the organizations, the players. Nice little place. Come hang out with us, come give some time. Come talk to Bible and I, come hang out on broadcast. We'd love to have you. So, yeah, any last words, Bible?
No, I think that's it. Great casting as usual. Always fun to have you in our virtual booth here, Cal. Once again, that was just a great way to start the season. So I appreciate everybody, like you said, the players and everybody, but also you as well. Fantastic job.
Same to you. As somebody said, and I wish I could quote them, I don't remember who said it. You are the voice of the EPE thus far. Always a pleasure to cast with you, and always a pleasure to have all of you out there watching. I'm Cal signing off for EPE. Come join us on Wednesday when we'll be doing another set of matches. See you then.